needless to say, it is a very strange time that we are in, where demand is high, but the supply is low. Hi there, my name is Joe.
And I'm Jessica.
We are homeschooling, natural living entrepreneurs.
This is a story of how we balance it all for the freedom to live our lives devoted to our family and faith.
Thanks for stopping by, subscribe, and come on in. I want to talk to you today. Not going to be your normal vlog, but one is an update on the garage. That I don't know if this is the last video, the video before that, but I was talking about how it doesn't feel like home in here, how I didn't like how it looked over there. I didn't like the feel of how everything was coming together in here. That yes, I love the warehouse shelves in here, that it's going to be a great added dimension, especially because of the amount of storage feet that it adds, but because of how they are and how the garage has been arranged, the rest of the shelving units I didn't really like. So I think in life, anytime, we always fall back on our past experiences to make decisions. That whenever we're doing things new in life, is that we fall back on our experience, and that kind of gets us in a box sometimes, because it only makes us able to make decisions based off of what we know and what we've been doing, and not where we're trying to go. So case in point is that in this garage, you know, we had shelves, like we had this row of shelves right here. It's going this way. Before we had the other row of shelves here, and then we had the row of stuff that was here. That we arranged this garage, everything was going this way except for this row of shelves right here. So everything was going this way. So whenever I was thinking of new ideas of how to rearrange the garage and how to put the shelves, my mind fell back to old patterns of old ways of doing things. So I was trying to do all the shelves going this way, along this one, you know, and that didn't work because of this, the position of the garage door where we're putting pallets when we're bringing in. So it just hit me the other day to go this way. That we've got this row of shelves here, so we're gonna do several rows of shelves this way. Like we're gonna go ahead and move this whole row of shelves and put it this way, and then put in several more rows this way, and then just leave the front area of the garage open. And I like how that feels. That right there feels like home. That I can get used to. But the problem is I still gotta move stuff around to move stuff around. So that's the goal today, is to get that stuff moved around and get the shelves put in place, figure out how many of these metal shelves we need from Sam's so that I can go get them, because I like them, because we've already decided that we don't want these plastic shelves anymore, that we've got some money in the bank and it's time to invest in the metal shelves that are much more durable. They've got a cleaner look. I just like them. I like them, so we're going to do that. And so that's the agenda for today, is to get it moved up, because I'm tired of the garage not being in place, but I didn't know what to do with it, so it took longer than I thought. But just advice is that's why we always recommend talking to people, having business people, people in life that you are connected with, that can speak into your life, into your business, groups, all kinds of just wherever, mentorships, just some place where you can get new ideas from. And yes, in this situation, I came up with the idea, but it's just case in point that when we are left to our own vices, we repeat what we know. We don't do something new, we repeat what we know. And I was trying to repeat what I knew what to do, and that was the shelves going this way instead of this way. But having people and talking ideas through people that can give you different ideas, different perspectives, and different ways of looking at things, it's going to help out a lot and will help save some time. So get connected with people, talk to people, talk things through with other resellers, other pallet flippers, pick their brains, see how they do things, because you never know, you might learn something new. And the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is the climate of liquidation right now. So if you're watching this video, today is Monday, June the 15th. So I'm talking about the liquidation climate right now. So if you're watching this video a month from now, 2 months from now, 6 months from now, the climate may be different. So I'm speaking to people who are watching this video right now, but if you're watching it later, you can use this information to understand trends and understand some things to help you out in your buying situations, right? So last week we were talking about we don't have any more pallets coming in, that we've got the 2 left in the garage that we're waiting to unbox once I get the garage situated, and then we've got to find some more. And I haven't really found any online. There's been some on liquidation.com, but prices have been high. On B-Stock, prices have been high. Direct liquidation prices have been high. Bulk prices have been high. So they've been high. And I talked about that we may end up going to Tennessee to a supplier that we have there that we've done lots of business with, that we're talking about going there, but I called them the other day to see what they had. And what she told me was it kind of helped shed some light into what I was seeing on the other side, like on the big liquidation websites, the trends I was seeing with the prices that are there. So they don't have anything there. Like, they have a few different types of loads of pallets, but they don't really have a lot of liquidation right now. And she says that they probably won't really have a lot for another 4 to 7, 8 weeks. And the reason being is because it's several reasons. One, that because of COVID-19, a lot of the big box stores, a lot of the .com places, they stopped taking returns, where customers could not return items. And now some of those have started taking returns, but they're going into quarantine for a period of time. I don't know how long. So there's items that are being returned now that are going to these big warehouses, and they're just sitting there. And then the second thing is that during the first initial parts of COVID-19, a lot of these online businesses, Amazon, I know Walmart online, Target online shopping, that they were so busy that in order to take the pressure off of their supply chain, that they only went to essential items, meaning that you couldn't just go and buy a watch, but you could buy as things that you needed, like health and beauty aids, health products, food products. You could buy those, but if it wasn't essential to everyday living, they stopped selling it. So because they stopped selling it, it has caused a dip in the supply chain, meaning there's not a lot available. So when you combine that stores quit taking returns, stores stopped selling certain items, that because they didn't sell them, people aren't returning them. And then also, when you compile it with, because of COVID-19, we know that there are all these people who have been unemployed, who, one, they're getting stimulus checks, which a lot of people have already got their stimulus checks and have spent their stimulus checks, and it's gone, the money's long gone. Some people, it's still in the bank. Some people haven't even got it yet. And then also unemployment is that there's a lot of people who are making more money on unemployment than they were making before, and now they're sitting at home with more money. So when that happened, it created a lot of people wanting to make money because they had more money than they've had before. They got a stimulus check, they wanted to make more money. So what do? a lot of them, I wouldn't say a lot of them, but a good percentage of them have started buying liquidation pallets. So you throw in a decrease in supply because stores stop taking returns, they stop selling certain products, and then you throw in increased demand that more people are wanting to buy than they have before. It has caused prices to go up and even a shortage of product. So is now the time to get into liquidation? It's yes and no. The answer is yes and no, but you have to do it wisely. You can't just go and spend lots of money and then expect to make the money that you would a while back. Like right now for Jessica and I, like we're looking, we're shopping. We don't have to have inventory, but we always like to keep inventory as far as pallets in the supply chain, because you never know when times like this arise where you may not be able to find anything that you want for the price for a few weeks. So if you are buying, make sure that you're not overspending for pallets unless you can afford it. You may make, you know, if your goal, like for us, our goal is to double our money, right? So if we pay $500 for a pallet and our goal is to get $100 or $1,000 so that we double our money, we profit $500. If that's you, well, I would probably still be comfortable with making $400. I may be okay with making $300. Would I be okay with making $200 or $100? Probably not. So just know that if you're comfortable with still making good revenue and good margins, then you can still do it. But if you're not, then don't. Keep that money, save it, because in a month from now, in 6 weeks from now, the market is going to be flooded with returns because people are buying now. The returns are back into the supply chain. People will start, the big boxes, the .com places will start selling their goods to liquidators in the next 5 to 6 weeks. It's just going to take a little time to get there. Needless to say, it is a very strange time that we are in, where demand is high but the supply is low. I've even seen where on B stock there's been like Target loads that have been selling for like 50 and 60% of retail value, meaning that if there's a pallet that the retail value of that pallet is $10,000, right? Well, normally in a normal situation that pallet would probably go for around $2,000, which would be 20% of retail value. And you can expect, like with 2020, like if it's new condition stuff, you can probably get 70 to 80% of that. So you could expect, you know, $8,000 in revenue. But we are seeing pallets go for like 50 and 60% of retail. So they're going for like $5,000, $4,000, for example. And I'm like, there's not much money to be made with that. So keep in mind that, just be careful out there. So anyways, just know that this climate will pass. It's only temporary, but if you're new to liquidation business, you're new to pallet flipping, just be cautious, because goods are going for more than what they normally do, and it will level out. Prices will go down, and when they are, and when they do, be ready to pounce, because you're going to be able to get some good deals.